What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cardano today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Here we are at 73.8 cents now, continuing to drop, going lower than even my expectations were, man. I definitely was expecting that you would drop, but not this low. It's okay that you have dropped this low, by the way. It's nothing. It shouldn't be anything of concern unless you're looking for instant gratification, right? From a high to a low, going from your 886 all the way to your 382, it's a very common thing to do, actually, and you have gone a little bit through that, and that's okay as well. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Cardano found support here at about 73.8 cents. It wouldn't surprise me if it went lower and you found support at 64.1 cents, but likely somewhere in between, right? If we find where we are now in the price, and that was, if we were to drop, that's about a 12% drop. I could see that happening. Could you drop more than that? Sure, it could happen, but I really don't expect that Cardano goes below this low here. You have seen the brunt of this downtrend here. I don't think that it persists. If we look at the daily RSI, you still have a nice uptrend here. It wouldn't be crazy at all if you came down a little bit more. Perhaps what you do is you come down, you find support at the 40. I would say today, tomorrow, whenever it happens, whenever you're at the 40 on your close, likely it'll be that following day that you find the low. I would expect that on that following day, you'll have a look on the RSI that looks like it's going below the 40, but then by the end of the day, the price will come back up and close green, and it'll give you a nice bounce off the 40. I'm just calling for that because I think it would look nice. Who cares if it looks nice or not, but that's oftentimes kind of what happens. Even if you go a little bit below the 40, it's fine. 73.8 cents now. Whenever it comes time to going lower, my expectation would be, again, 64 cents, somewhere around there. We're at 73.8, so something around 64 cents makes a lot of sense to me. When it comes time to going higher, once you decide to go higher, you're likely going to see your next fib area from the overall high to low of your last cycle high to your bear cycle low here. Okay, high to low. You're likely going to see prices go anywhere from the 786 to the 886 because that is your next fib zone. Whenever you go from the lows to your 382, 236 area, okay, oftentimes really what you do is you go to your golden ratio, but you didn't. Okay, you went down to your 6.9, and that's fine. But here you are, golden ratio zone, you finally made it happen, and now you're finding support at the areas that you were finding resistance at before, okay? Likely when you break through the golden ratio after pulling back to your 382 area, that was way too low. After pulling back down here to find support, oftentimes you do stop at the 786, 886, and sometimes you even go a little bit through it. It wouldn't be crazy if you did go a little bit through it, but my thoughts would be Cardano by the end of this next leg up, which is probably going to take place. I mean, we're probably going to start this next leg up over the coming weeks, if not even this week. I do think that we find our low of this move that we've started over the last 2 weeks now, or the last week and a day now, technically. I think that we'll find that low sometime this week, and it wouldn't surprise me even if we come down over the next few days, if this week would still close green. But I would assume that going into the end of March, we will be around these high points here. Going into the end of March will be around $1.20 again, maybe even a little bit above there, maybe even a little bit below there. Going into April, the end of April, that's when we could talk about prices that are at $1.80 to $2.32, maybe even as high as $3.10. But I think prices above that might be reserved for a later date, and we'll see. Cardano can definitely move up in a lot in a very short amount of time. A move like that, though, would put you on par, something around $2.30 to $3. That would put you on par with the average coin of the market. So Cardano being a top 10, a top 5 coin even, I believe, making an average move with the rest of the altcoin market, that's a lot to ask for. That's a big deal. So even that in itself, even if you only go to the 786, 143%, that's nothing to be ashamed of. That's phenomenal, especially for this thing, man. I do think in time you will see new all-time highs, right? We've gone over these targets plenty of times. $10 is the minimum. $15 is what I expect to happen at a minimum personally, but just by the way of the charts, who cares what I have to say? $10 would likely be your minimum target. I'm expecting a $15 minimum, if not potentially a $30 maximum by the end of the cycle, okay? I want to look at this thing real quick a little bit more, and then we can wrap this up. I just want to see 4-hour time frame. Just got oversold. Come on now. Come on. Just got oversold, so yeah, you likely do go a little bit lower. 1-hour time frame here. Pretty weak overall. Coming up. What are you doing? Let's see. Okay, what about this here? Yeah. Yeah, you're just finding a little turbulence here. I really do think that you go a little bit lower. 64 cents is what I said. I'm going to keep it at that. Maybe even 67 to 64 cents, as low as 62 cents. I really don't think that you go below that. And then from there, we will recover throughout the rest of this week, throughout the rest of this month, going into April, and so on and so forth, right? I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here, and bye-bye.